Hey folks, Jim Thomas here, Fitness Management and Consulting, and welcome to the channel today. I appreciate you being here, and welcome back to all of our subscribers. I appreciate you being here today as well. And if you're finding us for the first time, if this is your initial visit to the channel, welcome. Please hit the subscribe button. Please hit the like button. It helps out the channel. And then also consider hitting the join button. Consider becoming a member to receive additional information on how you can grow and develop your business. And then to learn more about me and my company, check out those links below on how we can help your gym go to that next level. Now, with that said, our topic for you today, it's the top 12 ways that you can improve sales training today. Top 12 ways you can improve sales training today. So if you're a manager, if you're running a department, you're running a division, you've got a lot of folks that are working for you, and you're conducting sales training classes, I want to talk to you about some things that you can do that can start improving that performance immediately. And so number one, keep it short. Now, here's what I mean by keep it short, okay? There's two kinds of training. I like to do kind of a weekly meeting that might be for managers, it might be for weekend managers, might be for salespeople, might be for front desk, and it's all sales related. And that meeting is going to be for an hour. And it's not going to be for an hour and a minute, it's going to be for an hour, and we're going to move briskly and crisply through it. And then every day, or virtually every day during the week, I'm going to take 5 to 10 minutes with each person and do some kind of training. It's going to be role playing or something like that. So you want to keep it short, you want to keep it moving. You don't want this to bog down where you're getting a bunch of yawns when you're in there doing it. Number two, make it interesting. Make it interesting. And one of the things that I like to do in terms of making it interesting, I let everyone know in advance, really what the agenda is, what we're going to be doing. And one of the things that I've always done is two things in terms of trying to make it interesting is A, we always pose the question to everyone in the room, what's working well and what's not. And we want to hear feedback from each person in the room, what's working well for them and what are they struggling with. And then we encourage other folks in the room to give some guidance. Hey, have you been through this? How did you handle it? And so we'll handle it that way. And then other times, I'll prepare maybe an article that I wrote, and we'll have each person read a paragraph, and then they'll comment on it, and then we'll get other folks to comment. So one of the ways we attempt to keep it interesting is we keep people engaged. We want them, involved. It's not just, me talking. Actually, the less I talk, probably the better. Okay. Number three, provide multiple options for learning. Provide multiple options for learning. And let me give you some things to think about here. A, you've got your hour meeting every week that I suggest you do. You've got your 5 to 10 minute trainings that you do. You might have on-the-job training. It might be after every sale we go over a tour log sheet. You can research that here in the channel and find out more about that. But we'll go over a tour log sheet. A lot of clubs we work with, they'll use this channel, okay, as a tool, and they'll have folks, watch certain videos and they'll discuss that. Matter of fact, if you go to our site, fmconsulting.net, you'll find Jim Thomas on Demand. You'll find the Gym Management Playbook, as well as links, of course, to this channel. But a lot of different ways to teach folks. And everyone learns a little bit different, but the key thing here, you want to provide these options, and we'll talk more about this. Be consistent with it. Make sure you follow up with it. Okay. Number four, be very specific with content. So when you're training, be very specific on what the content is. We are going over the telephone inquiry script and how to set a telephone inquiry and how to handle objections on that. We're going to go over the referral presentation. We're going to go over the second sale. Okay, be very specific on what you're talking about. Don't find yourself bouncing around to a lot of different things. Number five, be sure that we communicate expectations. Okay, make sure everyone knows what's expected. And I'll give you kind of a minimum level expectation. When I expect people to attend the training classes that we do, okay, that are on site, Okay, I expect them to be ready. But I also let the managers know, for dealing with individual salespeople, I'll let the managers know this is also a reflection on you. Okay, if they come in and embarrass themselves or they're not ready, this is a reflection on you as well. So, because I want that manager training, because in part, I want to train the manager to train. Okay, I don't want it to always just come back to me. I want to train them to do it as well. So, communicate what the expectations are, and then even in terms of the numbers. Hey, as we do this, here's the key performance indicators. Here's the metrics. Here's the numbers that we're going to be expecting. So make sure everybody's aware of it, and then make sure again that we follow up with it. Number 6, provide scripts. Okay, what's our telephone inquiry script, our sales process script, our price presentation script, our referral script, our outbound call script. Provide scripts for all of this. Okay. And I think you can, do a search here in the channel. You can find most of that here, I believe, on what you need to use. And you want people to memorize these scripts. And the reason it's important to memorize them is you want these folks to be now free to be themselves. You don't want them to have to be thinking about, what do I say next? What do I do next? Okay, have it memorized, so now you're free to be you, because in part, what you sell is you, right? Number 7, create a buddy system. And this is particularly important if you have new people. Okay, if you got a new manager that's just been promoted, if you've got a new salesperson, assign them to somebody else in the company, or assign them a mentor or someone to shadow inside the gym. Create a buddy system, to help people succeed and help create that accountability. Okay. Number 9, measure and track progress. This, and I hope this one goes without saying, but make sure you measure. Make sure we're tracking. Do we know? Now think all the things that we talk about, that kind of involve sales. From, do we know our retention, our attrition percentages? Do we know our closing percentage? Do we know our set percentage on inquiries? Do we know our show percentage? Okay, how many outbound calls are we making a day? How many appointments a day? Make sure you know your numbers. Okay, and track it. Okay, are we getting better? Are we getting worse? Because as I mentioned earlier, when we start a meeting, what's working well, what's not, that can be a big part of it. And if it's working well, we want to make sure we continue it. If it's not, let's get it fixed. Let's don't have it month after month after month continue to not work well. Number 10, reward achievements. When people accomplish things, reward them. Sometimes it can be as simple as a handshake. Sometimes it can be an actual plaque or an award, at the end of the month. But make sure you reward and acknowledge achievements. Number 11, this one gets to be a big one, but schedule ongoing training. When it comes to training, the secret is be consistent at it and follow up on it. Okay? Every Monday at 11, sales manager training. Every Wednesday at 11, weekend manager training. Every Thursday at 11, salespeople training. Friday, front desk training. Schedule it and do it, and then follow up on what's been discussed. But put this on the schedule. This is something you do. The training isn't something that maybe you do. It's something you do. It's no different than your customer, your member that comes into your gym. They quit coming in once they think they figure it out. They're going to lose everything that they've accomplished. Same thing will happen, with your staff. And then finally, last on my list, number 12, ask for feedback. What did you take away from the training? What did you take away from the training? What did you learn? Okay, get feedback. If they're getting nothing, let's reevaluate, how we're doing it. But what did they take away from it? And I would even encourage, sending out a training request form. Okay, a training request form. Hey, is there specific things you'd like to have discussed in training? A lot of times we'll see things that need to be done, but there may be other things that are kind of bugging the salesperson or the manager. They might need some help on as well. So, top 12 ways you can improve sales training today. Take a look at these. If you're a manager, make sure you're having these meetings. If you're leading a team, make sure you're having these meetings and use this as a guideline on how to improve it and how to get the best results possible. Folks, my name is Jim Thomas. My company's Fitness Management and Consulting. I appreciate you being here. to learn more about me and my company and how we can help take your gym to that next level, check out those links below. And then if you've not yet done so, please hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, consider becoming a member, and we'll look forward to seeing you all in that next video.